could be a person who designs toys, okay? And it has to have specific properties and so on and so forth. So anyways, let's keep it moving. Hey, hey, we're back up on Facebook. Yay, fun. There we go. Fun, fun, fun. Okay. We're going to try our best to just keep this process going. Okay. And so I'm going to add my, okay, I'm going to add my solution when it's time. The next thing that I'm going to do is add my color, right? So I explained I put the base together. I put the base together, okay, for those of you on Facebook that are just now getting a chance to join us. I've put the base back together. There we go. Hi. Um, and then now I'm going to add my colors. Okay, because if you can imagine, the directions say to use the marker to color pretty much however you want to on the paper. So you can imagine coloring on the paper would take like quite a bit of time. What I'm going to do instead is add a drop, I hope you can see that, of food coloring, all right, to 3 of the quadrants. Yeah, 3 of the quadrants, right? This is divided up into 4 little sections, and into 3 of them I'm going to add food coloring. Okay? Okay? And as you can see, I'm using yellow, red, and orange. Orange, red, and yellow. You'll see that I used some different colors on the last one. Okay? See? I've got my red. I've got my red. Right? So once again, folks, it's Miss Steph. Happy New Year. We've got both Facebook and Instagram going again. Today we're starting a short little series. Well, I don't know how short it's going to be because it depends on my mood, how many lessons on solutions I decide to do. But we're going to do a series on solutions, right? And I told you how the how the concept of a solid dissolved into a liquid can help us form various things, can help us do various things. And specifically, we are going to form crystals, or what we're doing today. I have a base. You always want your crystals to have something to be able to grow on, to latch onto. And this paper piece, this thick paper base, okay, the anchor rather, okay, is what this is going to start out on. Okay. Now we have our solution. Specifically, this solution that comes in this kit is the potassium phosphate monobasic. Okay. And this is a very quick, you'll see how quick it is when I show you my like magic of TV version of it, right? The one that I did just a few hours ago. I didn't even do this yesterday. Sometimes I'll start samples like the day before for you all so you can really see what's going on. This, kid you not, I did around like 1 o'clock. Yeah, yeah. And so you'll see how quickly this particular solution dissolves. Okay, I'm going to be very careful. Again, this says adult supervision on it. Okay. And so the instructions, this is a very important step because this particular, it will not work if you do not do what I'm about to do, where you have to pour on top of here first and then into the base. Okay? I repeat, you're going to need to pour on top of your like tree first and then into the basin, this little sunken in little section here. And I'm using 3 different colors just because I feel like it, not because I have to. And remember, the food coloring is my Miss Steph alteration to it, okay? The kit comes with these markers. All right, so I'm going to pour, and we'll learn a little bit more about crystals before we log out. Okay, I'm going to pour, and I want to saturate. When I use that word saturation, I want it to um, fill up, right? I want to make sure that we get solution on top of the pieces of the tree. Okay, so the kit comes with two shapes, and you'll see the other type of shape, but it only comes with one. I want to say, does it come with two? It actually may come with two of these pouches. Give me a moment. Yeah, so it comes with two bases, two shapes, and again you'll see it, and two of these pouches. Okay, and I'll show you the kit at the very end. All right. So you see how my colors are already starting to kind of mix together, right? And what's going to happen is that this will start to, the liquid will mix in with my color, and I'll also get some evaporation on the tips, right? And when, and if my, so let's think of it this way. So if my solution, if a solution is a solid and a liquid mixed together, and the liquid evaporates off, what then am I left with on my tips? You're right. I'm left with a solid. Okay? And if I have formed it properly, if I've done it properly, done my process properly, I will get a really cool crystallization. Okay? I'll get a very pretty situation. Okay? So before I show you, I'm a teacher, people. I do want you to like understand the concepts, right? So this is really exciting, right? So before I show you the one that I did just this afternoon, a little bit earlier, before I show you that one, let's read you a little bit more. I want to show you again the kit just in case you want to pick this up for one of your favorite scientists. No, this is not a sponsored video. This like these people aren't going to give me money, you know what I mean? I just want to let you know how I got this and, you know, that type of thing and why I chose it. Okay? So, it's a crystal garden. Okay? What are crystals? Crystals are solid structures formed when atoms or molecules line up in regular three-dimensional patterns. Okay? Regular three-dimensional patterns. Some crystalline materials, such as gemstones, can be single crystals. Others, such as metals, okay, are made up of a large number of small crystals that are joined together. Okay, so again, the thing that's cool about this particular guide and other sets like this is that they give you all this information. You can learn a lot. Okay, you can learn about geodes and all that type of stuff. Okay, and this like sends a geode along for you so that you can look at it. I know, isn't it cool? Isn't it cool? Okay, so I'm going to show it to you. Hopefully this is not, it's a little hard to see on that camera. Okay, but let's see if you can, if y'all can see it over here. There we go. That's a better image. Okay. And so yeah, geodes are really cool, and all these different like structures are like cool and awesome. And of course, again, make sure that you're making safe choices with your chemicals. Okay. So yeah, I say let's look at the one that I made before. Let's find out whether or not that looks cool and exciting and interesting, or if it's just boring. Hmm. You see it? Yeah. So again, this is the other shape. Okay. Now, one of the steps that I did not do is you can kind of bend it. bend the pieces so that the tree kind of fills in the middle and it looks more like this tree, okay, that's because I didn't bend the paper so that it would fill it in the middle, okay? But I just wanted to do it really quick so that you all would see what was going on. Okay, there we go. There's that. Let's tilt this down a bit. And for this particular tree, I decided to do these three pigments, right? I did a blue, a violet, and a charcoal. But you'll notice, I'm sure you notice, that it's mostly, there's some black in the quadrant that I put black, okay? And then the quadrant that I put the purple, you're still really, the blue is overpowering the situation because all three of these, believe it or not, are essentially a form of blue. When they make the pigments, chemically speaking, they put blue in them. Okay, so all three of these have blue. And blue is a very, very strong pigment. Okay, and so that's what you're like, you're getting a really, really strong picture of the blue, right? Impression of the blue. Okay, so let's go over things one more time. Happy New Year. So glad that you joined me for the first ever, yes, the first ever Science with Miss Steph live of 2021. I'm starting off 2021 with a fun series about solutions. And our first um, activity was creating some crystals, forming crystals. And so we know that we had to have a solution, a liquid and a solid, a solid dissolved inside of a liquid to be able to pour over our anchor, okay, our crystal anchor. And we know that evaporation plays a really strong role in forming crystals when you're forming them in this type of way. Okay? The evaporation, when the solution evaporates off, right? The water that was in there went from liquid to gas. Okay, that's what evaporation is. So the liquid evaporated off, leaving the solid behind. Okay? When you saw this packet, could you imagine, did you think that this much solid was in there? No, right? But it was a super saturated solid. A super saturated solid, I mean, solution. And so there was ton, a ton of solid mixed in there. And we learned that crystals form, okay, in special ways. You can have metallic based crystals where they're like these huge molecules, or you can have this like single crystal that's like repeated over and over again. And we also found out that this particular kit, you don't have to use the markers that are in there. You can use food coloring, which made me happy because we know that food coloring is my absolute favorite material. So thank you so much for joining me today for Science with Miss Steph. We are back in motion, folks. You will see me no later than next Saturday. I am still deciding whether or not I'm going to do the midweek, the pop-ups, as far as whether or not I'll do them live, right? Because maybe I'll record a video for y'all and upload it, okay? But no matter what, you'll be seeing me live. We've started our process. You'll see me live on Saturdays at 2:30 Eastern. All right, 2:30 Eastern. If you're wanting to get one of the t-shirts, make sure that you, if you're on Facebook, click the link that's in the description box there, or you can go ahead on Instagram and check out the link that's in my bio, and you'll easily be able to order one of the red t-shirts with our upgraded 2020 logo on it. Folks, thank you so much for joining me. I look forward to hanging out with you in the future. Remember, send me an email or a DM asking about this kit if you would like to know more about it. And definitely like, comment, share, whatnot, so that others can get this free science content. It's been Miss Steph, and I'll see you next time. I will see you next time. All right, y'all.